Thanks for checking out Scotties Hobbies. Today I am trying to find questions on my YouTube. I get a ton of questions and I'm noticing that I'm missing a lot of them. I have to go through. I thought I got alerts on most of these, but come to find out, I don't. I've missed a lot of questions. So this one is like a misfire. I have a misfire for a p0301, 302, whatever. What do I need to do? What do I need to replace? So I have a lot of tune-up videos. So you probably think you need a tune-up if you have a misfire code, which you might. That might be a possible fix for you. But per se, you do spark plugs, wires, you do all that, and you have a distributorless system, so you have coilover plug. Most modern vehicles, say 2000 and newer, are distributorless ignition systems, so not too many distributors. Just the other day, I was working on my buddy's 2007 Dodge Ram. What was it? It was a Ram 1500. The V6, I'm not sure. I can't remember which liter size it was, but his came up with a p0303. I used my torque app to get that 303. So in this case, what I did is I moved the coil to the number 5 position, or cylinder, I should say, and told him to drive the vehicle. And what I wanted to do is, before I told him to drive it, I cleared the check engine light using my OBD2 reader. I have this little cheap one. I keep it in my car. I think it was like 20 bucks on eBay, and it came with torque. So if you need something like that, make sure you look for links in the description, either on the video or the podcast. And there should be a link down there for you to purchase something. So make sure you look down there. I pulled the code. It was a 303. I changed the number 3 and the number 5 coils, cleared the light, and I told him to go drive it. It took him about 50 miles for the check engine light to come back on. It was about 3 days, and he's only driving this vehicle to and from work. So it took about 50 miles for the check engine light to come back on, but now the check engine light was on for a 305. So the number 3 coil, you could see now came on, hopefully you can see that, for a 305. And in this scenario, this means that coil that I put on the number 5 is bad. We replaced the coil, and in this case, I didn't even turn the check engine light off. He was a little bit hard of learning or understanding directions on what he needs to do to be able to pass smog. So if you leave the check engine light on and you do the repair, eventually, and pretty soon, within 50 to 70 miles, the check engine light should turn off by itself. So with him, replaced the coil, left the light on, and it was about 40 miles later, he gave me a call and said the light was off, and I told him, go down, hurry up, get your smog, you'll be good and fine. So if the light turns off by itself when you're needing a smog, you should be able to pass your smog at that time. If you force your light off, then you're going to reset your monitors, and that's going to turn into a whole nother issue. So yeah, that's a whole nother podcast for you. Also, if you have any questions, make sure you question or leave a question, and hopefully I get to the answer. But in this case, we switched the coil, the code moved, we replaced the coil, and the light went away. So if you have a misfire and you did your spark plugs, you did your wires, in this case the coil or the misfire changed with the coil change, you know that's the problem. Let's say it goes even further and that misfire stays on number 3, even though you've done everything. Now you're running into some issues, or you could be, I should say. You could have a leaky cylinder compression-wise that's allowing compression to leak past the piston into the oil system and going out your PCV valve, hopefully. You could have a leaky valve guide, and same thing going to the PCV system. You could have a small coolant leak into there or into that cylinder, and you could have possibly bad wiring going to the coil. So there'd be a few more things to check out, and hopefully you don't get there, because that's when it becomes a pain in the butt. But hopefully this helps you out. Get a little bit further on your diagnosis and your repair of a misfire, such as a 301, 302, 303, etc. And ask away. If you need to find codes or figure out why your check engine light is on, make sure you look for a link in the description below to purchase a little Bluetooth OBD2 reader that will hook up to your phone so you can get snazzy codes on your phone like that. And it's really easy, super, super easy. Check out Mitchell 1 On Demand 5 for your DIY repair needs, torque specs, and step-by-step directions to get stuff done. I just worked out a deal with them, so use the link in the description below. Check out all my videos. Tell everybody about me, please, and I will see you on the next hopefully helpful video and or podcast. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you soon.